Hey, welcome back. I'm gonna do my best here. I did lose my voice this week. I got sick and then I went to a work conference and I totally lost my voice, but I do have a knife, two knives actually, back here. I had received the Tactile. It was like number 25 on the list, buying directly from Tactile. I also swooped one from our friends over at White Mountain Knives because I was thinking about giving my coworker that lives in Dallas one of these. So we'll see how these go. But I sent them in. These are the Tactile Mavericks. Sent them in for service because they were not what I expected. I think, you know, they had... I could have, like, maybe overlooked the side-to-side blade play, but there was actually forward-backward blade play also, which was surprising to me. And sorry, I'm doing the unboxing off-screen because I know that they have the my info in this bag. But when I saw the forward-to-back blade play, that was pretty surprising to me. Oh, what's this? They threw in a little something. That was cool. And that's when I decided I'd, you know, go through a service process. So they also sent out something here, like a patch or something. I don't know. That's cool though. Looks cool. So these are both the same. I gave one of my coworkers the micarta, the rich light. But I wanted to see, and it looked like the way that they are made, these, that they gave me different ones. So I'm not sure if these are repaired or net new knives. But it looked like they gave me like net new, brand new knives. So let's see. Still got a little bit of side to side. I don't think there's any forward to backward blade play on that one. Now these are washer knives. I think that was one of the things that's sort of come up with a lot of people, is that since they are on washers, kind of like the bug outs, they probably take a little time to like break in and become more drop shut. Overall, I'd say this one's a little more consistent on the deployment than the one I had before, so that's good. But not on the drop shuttiness. That seems a little inconsistent still. And then there's just a touch of side-to-side blade play there still, which is not surprising. I would have actually been much more surprised if it didn't have any, candidly, than the fact that it does. Just because these, when you do washers on axis locks, I'm sorry, yeah, washers on axis locks, it tends to be a problem. A lot of people are talking about the fact that they should have gone with bearings to get kind of the best of both worlds, where you get really good lockup but drop shuttiness. Anyway, I didn't notice on it. Okay, yeah, it is in there. Let's see how this second one feels. The finish on these, by the way, is not just like a stone wash. It's kind of like a dark gray a little bit. Or not, it's like a medium gray, which is kind of cool. Anyway, okay, that one has very good action if I'm grabbing it with both. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. Yeah, it's pretty good. So, you know, I think I haven't put in the time to like really break in the washers, but I've never, I guess there's a few washer knives, like maybe like cheap ones or like weird ones that come kind of like drop shutty. Most of them you got to break them in, right? So I don't think we can treat these any differently and hold them to any different standard, personally. Now I'm curious if this one ends up with better lock. Oh, wow. Now that one has perfect side to side. So that's impressive. Yeah, that one has no play at all. It actually has a touch of forward backward, but you really gotta crank on it. If you're just doing normal pressure, it's fine. If you really crank on it, I feel like a tiny click. Not nearly as bad as before, though. But no side-to-side on that one, so that's interesting. Nice work on that, Tactile team. Let's get the other one back out. You know, I think part of it could be this one may also need just a touch more tightness here for the side to side. But yeah, it definitely has a little bit. But I mean, that one, you have to really crank to feel any click whatsoever on the forward to back. So yeah, interesting knives. Still not quite sure what I think of them. I do like the MagnaCut and the 63, 64 Rockwell hardness and stuff, but I can't help but feel like they're just somewhat unremarkable. But it is an American-made knife for, what is this, $349 in titanium. So there's a lot to be said for that. But somewhat unremarkable knife. I do like the finish. Like, it is, if there's something remarkable, I'd say that this finish is quite beautiful. And I do think the pivot is quite remarkable. So I'll give it that. But from like a deployment, feel in hand, it's a good knife. It's a good knife. I'd say someone that hasn't handled a lot of knives would probably like this one a lot. You know, I think that's what it's kind of good for. It's a good high-end knife for someone that's not like a big knife junkie like me. I'd say it's really good for that kind of thing. If you're looking for a US-made, reasonably priced knife that's not confusing to use. You know, it does a nice little rollout and stuff. Easy enough to thumb flick. Not getting the Spidey on this one right now. Not the easiest on the Spidey flick for me. Yeah, the ergos are just very neutral. A little tall on the pocket clip. I think you get a tiny bit of a hot spot. It's not an uncomfortable one, but it's there. It's not like it hurts, but it's there. You like notice it, but it doesn't like bother. Like, it's not like, ah, that hurts. So yeah, interesting knives. Well, I should save the voice from there. So that's all for now. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks, Tactile, for doing right by your customers. Phenomenal customer service for sure. And certainly a good knife to have available to the community. So thanks.